There's a moment in every healing journey when the world stays the same, yet something inside you begins to shift. Quietly, subtly, like the soft click of a door unlocking from within. It's not loud. It's not dramatic. In fact, if someone looked at you from the outside, they might not notice anything different. But you do. You feel it in the way you breathe, the way you pause, the way you move through your days with just a little more gentleness. Healing rarely announces itself. Instead, it whispers. It hides in small choices, tiny habits, and almost invisible reactions that reveal you're no longer living in survival mode. And if you've been wondering whether you're actually growing, here are 8 quiet habits that reveal the truth, told like a story unfolding from the inside out. The first sign arrives quietly. You've started listening to your body instead of arguing with it. There was a time when you pushed through exhaustion, ignored discomfort, and treated rest like a luxury. But lately, when your shoulders tighten or your breath grows shallow, you pause. You stretch. You drink water. You step away. It's a simple act, but it holds enormous meaning. Psychology calls it introspective awareness, your ability to notice and respond to your inner signals. And this gentle shift means you're no longer running from yourself. You're partnering with yourself. Healing begins the moment your body stops feeling like an enemy and starts feeling like a home you're allowed to take care of. Then comes the second sign. You no longer rush to fill silence. You used to distract yourself instantly. Scrolling, multitasking, replaying conversations, drowning your mind in noise. Felt safer that way. But now, there are moments when you sit with your thoughts instead of sprinting away from them. And strangely, it doesn't terrify you like it once did. This quiet habit is rooted in emotional regulation. Your nervous system slowly learning that stillness is not the same as danger. So when you let the silence stand, you're teaching your brain a new story. That peace is not a threat, and solitude is not punishment. The third sign shows up in conversations. You don't explain yourself as much. You used to over-clarify, apologize repeatedly, soften your truth to make everyone else comfortable. It came from fear, from old wounds that convinced you your needs were too much. But now your sentences are shorter, cleaner, steadier. You say, "I can't make it tonight," and leave it there. You say, "That hurt my feelings," and let the truth exist without decorating it. Psychology calls this boundary formation, but it feels more like self-respect learning to speak in its natural voice. You no longer bend yourself in half just to be chosen. You remain whole and let people choose you anyway. The fourth sign slips into your life on ordinary days. You no longer crave chaos the way you once did. You used to be drawn to intensity, relationships that felt like emotional roller coasters, habits that kept your adrenaline high, situations that matched the noise inside you. Chaos felt familiar, almost comfortable. But now, you notice how peace pulls you instead. How slow mornings soothe you. How stable people feel safer. This is a profound psychological shift. Your nervous system is recalibrating, moving from fight or flight toward rest and ease. Healing often sounds like boredom at first, until you realize it's actually safe. The fifth sign is subtle but powerful. You've stopped taking everything personally. Someone texts you late, cancels plans, sounds short, forgets something. Your mind no longer spirals into, "I must have done something wrong." Instead, you pause and consider alternatives. Maybe they're tired. Maybe they're overwhelmed. Maybe it has nothing to do with you at all. This shift comes from cognitive reframing, the psychological skill of interrupting old narratives. It means your brain is learning to choose curiosity over self-blame, interpretation over assumption, truth over fear. The sixth sign feels almost like becoming a new person. You celebrate small wins. You notice yourself smiling because you washed the dishes before bed, or because you drank enough water today, or because you finally emailed that person back. You used to dismiss these little things as insignificant, but healing teaches you this. Survival mode wants perfection, while healing celebrates progress. In psychology, this is called positive reinforcement, but in real life, it feels like you're learning how to be proud of yourself again. Genuinely proud without disclaimers or guilt. The seventh sign rises slowly like dawn. You're kinder to your past self. There was a time when you looked back with shame, wondering why you stayed, why you tolerated things, why you didn't know better. But now you see your former self clearly and gently. You understand they were doing their best with the tools they had, the pain they carried, the fear they couldn't name. This shift is tied to self-compassion, the ability to treat yourself like someone worth forgiving. When you stop resenting who you were, you free who you are becoming. And then comes the eighth sign, the quietest, yet the most transformative. You believe in tomorrow again, not in a loud motivational speech way, not in a forced toxic positivity way, but in a soft, honest way. You make plans. You imagine possibilities. You let yourself hope without bracing for disappointment. This is the psychological hallmark of post-traumatic growth, the subtle reopening of imagination after long seasons of fear. Healing is not just what you move away from, it's what you begin to move toward. These habits aren't dramatic. They're not Instagram story-worthy. They don't make noise or announce themselves. But they matter. They reveal who you're becoming when nobody is watching. Healing is quieter than most people expect. It's not the grand return or the sweeping transformation. It's the softening of your breath. It's choosing rest. Speaking honestly. It's letting silence be safe. It's believing the future might be gentle with you. If you recognize even one of these habits, take a moment, right now, to let that sink in. You're not failing. You're not falling behind. You're not broken beyond repair. You are healing. Slowly, subtly, beautifully. Your mind is learning safety. Your heart is learning softness. And your life, piece by piece, is finding its way back to you. Because healing isn't a finish line. It's a quiet, ongoing reunion with yourself. And you're already closer than you think.